welcome back to Where in the Heart is Tiffany. On today's video, we are going to be talking about the Hyatt Place, Fort Lauderdale Airport, South End Cruise Port. And we are going to be doing a room review, hotel review, and different amenities and perks, and the benefits of staying here if you are going on a Disney cruise leaving out of Fort Lauderdale. So come on, let's get into it. So first of all, let's address the shuttle issue. So one of the reasons why I picked this particular hotel, because they offered a free shuttle to the hotel from the airport. Now y'all know how expensive rides from the airport can be, so I thought this was definitely a great perk. So when we got to Fort Lauderdale, I must say you do have to call them. I called them and he said it was going to be about 20 minutes. I said, okay, cool. And we proceeded to wait outside. Now, most vans will have like a huge sign that says Hyatt Place or something. Yeah, there ain't a huge sign on the truck. So you're going to have to check the vans that pass you, because it was like two little papers that said Hyatt Place. Okay. Anyway, so I stopped the guy, I said, hey, is this for Hyatt Place? Showed him the address. He says, yes. And so that was easy enough. We proceeded to get into the van. I think we were the first drop off. So we arrived at the hotel, and it's literally, I would say, a 10-minute, maybe 15-minute ride, maybe not even that. And so that was cool. We're able to check in and it was all good. Okay. Now let's talk about the flip side of the shuttle. Okay. So when it is time to leave your cruise, you say, how am I going to get to the airport? What am I going to do? How's that going to work? So what I decided to do was, because I knew there was a free airport shuttle to and from the hotel, I decided to take my Uber back to the hotel. And I think my Uber was like maybe $15 from the cruise port. And then I just signed up at the kiosk at the front desk. And then I was able to schedule my airport ride or shuttle ride back to the airport for free. Okay. So it's up to you how you want to do that. But if your flight is early, obviously you could just Uber straight from the cruise port to the airport. But since my flight wasn't until 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I just prefer to sit comfortably in the lobby of the hotel with Wi-Fi. It's just me, not super crowded. Maybe a little bit cleaner than the airport. So that was the way that I did it, but there are many options of how you can do it. I just thought it was a very good perk to save some money. This is our living room area if you want to relax. We got our table over here, sink and refrigerator, microwave. Always need one of those. So y'all know that sometimes they have microwaves in rooms now, sometimes they don't. We have our double beds right here, TV, and our sink area, closet, and then the bathroom, and then I don't really know what there's a view of. We'll see in the morning time. So let's talk about breakfast. Is there breakfast included? So yes, there is a buffet breakfast included. Stuff like sausage, eggs, fruit, oatmeal, cereal, different types of juices, coffee. I think there was like toast and bagels. So I definitely feel like the breakfast also is another way to save money if it's included. And there was 2 people in the room, so you can figure out the cost if you don't. There was another hotel I wanted to stay in, but one of the deciding factor was this breakfast, because I'm like, okay, how much money is breakfast gonna be? Do we have to leave the hotel to get it? Blah, 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 right? So that's why I decided, another reason why I thought this was a great hotel. This is a pool area. And y'all, it is hot out here. I guess Florida is the South. I don't know. That's the vibes that it's giving me in terms of this weather. So, like, oh my God. So another reason why this is a great hotel and the location is great is simply because there is literally, I would say, maybe a 5-10 minute walk to like a plaza. And the plaza has like the cinema, so if you want to go see a movie, you could do that. And there was a bunch of restaurants. When we got off the airplane, it's around 7:30, 8 o'clock. We had started our day at 9, 10 o'clock, you know, due to the time change. I'm in California. We flew to Fort Lauderdale. So we were hungry by that time. So we decided to walk around. Initially, we saw like some fast food restaurants, like hamburgers, maybe Mexican food, but we decided we wanted to sit down. So we walked a little bit further and we ended up eating at the Firebird Wood Fired Grill. So we sat and ate there, and then you can see the food as it is. I feel like our waiter was really good. The food was good. The only issue that we had was we ordered salmon, however you say it. And when we ordered that, my mom noticed there was bones in her salmon, which is, you know, not good, because if we know that it's like when I go to Africa, I know that there's bones, so I have to be careful. But when we're in America, typically they don't have bones, so my mom was like, anyway, so luckily they were very nice, and they were like, maybe it was just the cut of it, and so they end up comping our food. Of course, we still end up paying a tip to our server because she was actually pretty good. So I definitely say check it out. And then in addition, they ended up giving us like an extra meal to go, which was like a honey hot chicken, and actually was pretty good. And yeah, the soup was also one of my favorites too, and the dessert was good as well. So definitely check it out. Another reason to stay at this hotel, because there are restaurants around, and there's also places to shop. So if you want to go to H&M, I think there might have been Target, maybe a TJ Maxx. So there was definitely places to shop if you have forgotten something that you didn't pack in your luggage.
I'm gonna get some plastic utensils.
First course chicken tortilla soup looks yummy, and they got my fave. I love sour cream, so this is perfect.
I want to
tell you get it. It's all throughout it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to stick to chicken because Okay, let's talk about pricing. How much was the hotel? I think it ended up being like $150. But I think I also paid a little bit extra to get the 2 bedrooms. It would have been cheaper had I just gotten 1 bedroom. I was with my mom. We could have shared a bed, but you know, when you can get the option to have your own separate beds, I really enjoyed that. So as you can see in the video, you see everything that included. I felt like it was pretty spacious, and my mom enjoyed it as well, which was very important. I guess they have travel agent discounts and maybe AAA, but check on that. Sometimes when I asked for a travel agent rate, it really didn't make a difference. So I would definitely say check on different rates to see how you can get a cheaper option. But I think for the free shuttle to and from the airport, the breakfast, the size of the room, the check-in was easy, the staff was nice, I say it was worth it. So although this video is mainly of us kind of reviewing the Hyatt Place, I'm gonna talk about 4 reasons of why you should actually go ahead instead of waiting. So initially when I was looking up tickets, I saw a flight that left like at 10 or 11 p.m. Friday night and would get us there right on time, where we would have saved money on a hotel, right? And I was wanting to click, but I was like, no, I better not do it, because you just never know. So the first reason I will say is to avoid flight delays or anything like that. I have definitely heard of stories. I remember this story went viral of this lady was flying Spirit, and she hadn't had a vacation in a while, and she decides to go on this cruise. Well, she flew in the day of, and her flight was delayed, and she ultimately missed the cruise ship. But technically it wasn't necessarily the fault of the airline. It was almost her fault, because everybody knows you should go in a day early to avoid these particular things, okay? Number 2, I would say avoiding lost or delayed luggage. I have definitely gotten luggage lost or delayed. And specifically for the Disney cruise, because I packed like different costumes. They have a pirate night, they had a Halloween costume, and so I would have been so upset had I not been able to receive my luggage with my specialty items. Now, if this was just a regular cruise and we're just kind of wearing whatever, I may not be too upset about it. But this is another reason why you want to fly in. So let's say your flight, let's say the luggage didn't make it onto your flight for your 5 o'clock slot, but maybe they're having another plane come in at 7 p.m. where you can still get it prior to getting on board the ship. So definitely reasons of why you get in the day before. Okay, so number 3 is just to rest and relax. Again, I mentioned previously, we got on the flight at 11 a.m., I believe. And by the time we arrived in Fort Lauderdale, it was 7:30. So mind you, we're flying all day. So now we're tired. We're hungry. We just want to get some food and go to bed. So if you fly in the same day, you're tired. And if you know about the cruise, you're constantly going your house. I feel like you don't get a lot of rest on cruises because there's so much to do and you don't want to miss out on anything. So it definitely helps out by arriving the day before so you can just relax and enjoy your cruise the day of. And then the final 4th thing is just to enjoy or explore the city. So we technically didn't do any activities. Like I said, we just got our dinner and then in the morning woke up and go to the cruise. But there's stuff to do in Fort Lauderdale, or if we have flown into Orlando, there's a whole lot of stuff to do. So that would have allowed us to just kind of relax, explore the city, do some activities, go shopping, whatever the case is. So those are 4 reasons why you definitely should get to your destination the day before instead of waiting for the day of. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you got some tips. And definitely, if you stay at the Hyatt Place, Fort Lauderdale, let me know. All right. Peace.